you Sagittarius have the Six of Pentacles and the Nine of Pentacles. So ultimately, so far, this is about how you Sagittarius are sitting back enjoying your lives with friends, right? Hanging out, even going out on dates, right? But more so hanging out with friends, doing what it is that you want to do. And what's going on is that you're sitting back like, you know, if it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't. But at the same time, you have the Star card, which represents you still wish for it. You still wish for someone to come into your life that's actually being serious with you, that can understand your tastes and understand your rhythm, right? You know, you Sagittarius are not the fastest people to get into relationships with because of past traumas, but also, you know, y'all like your personal space. So when you're with someone, you don't necessarily know if you're going to be with them. And that's one thing about you Sagittarius that ends up working. Y'all are essentially, y'all will hang out with somebody and then you'll give them some time, and you'll give yourself some time to let the relationship sink in and think about if you and this person are actually good for each other. And that's a great idea. And that's something that Sagittarius, you Sagittarius, do naturally, right? A lot of times y'all take time, right, to be with somebody, or, you know, and make sure that it is what you want. And a lot of times people can think that you Sagittarius are not going to commit. And a lot of times you don't, to be quite fair about it. You don't. A lot of times you don't. But part of the reason why, especially if your heart and your mind is in the correct place, is because you've thought about it away from the person. Because it's all good when you're with the person, you thinking that, you know, the person is on point, and that, you know, when you're with them, you're physically around them, right? You're in their proximity, that know this, you know what I mean? Like, you're like this, like you're willing to do all this, and this person is your ace, one boon coon, and the two of y'all were made for each other. But what does it feel like when the two of y'all, when you're by yourself? Are they by themselves? Are they hanging out with other people? Are they smashing other people? Are they messing around, cheating on you? What are they doing when you're not around? Right? Because when they're not around you, there's a chance that you Sagittarius could be cheating. But then too, you know, because y'all are like Virgos in the sense of y'all can play the field. You know what I mean? Or like Geminis, where y'all could play the field. But the thing about it though is that oftentimes than not, right, there's a chance that you could be by yourself. You could be hanging out. You could be thinking about this person or these people in general quite a lot. And it's just that these people may not know about it, obviously, because they're not there around you, but you're thinking about being committed to this person on a deeper level, for real though. And if a person blows that, if they betray your trust, how much is going to hurt, and how much, you know, you were willing to put in, and that ended up going by the wayside in the trash because this person wasn't who you thought they were, right? This person wasn't who you thought they were. So you Sagittarius, think about all of those types of things. So, you know, when you're a lot of you Sagittarius tend to be musicians. I know plenty of Sagittarius who be having keyboards and stereo systems, stuff like this. You know, I'm not going to say any names, of course, but doing their thing and on the stereo system, just kind of playing and thinking about, you know what I mean, what it is that they think about. And that's cool, right? But y'all want answers to y'all problems, and y'all want to figure it out on your own, right? For the most part. But y'all want someone that is actually loyal to you. But the thing is that, are you willing to really do this? Is a relationship really something that you Sagittarius really want? Can you Sagittarius really be committed? And again, those are some of the things that you Sagittarius think about yourselves when y'all are by yourselves and y'all doing your own thing. So then now the Nine of Swords, is about how the worst thing in the world for you Sagittarius to happen is for someone that you used to date showing up after you've gotten to know somebody else. That's one of the worst things in the world for you, Sagittarius, because the thing is that Sagittarius and Virgo share deep history. And I'm not a Virgo fanatic just because I'm a Virgo. I'm just saying it because I've been doing the research, right? Sagittarius and Virgo share serious history because they're ruled by the same deity. It's crazy, I know, but Diana is the goddess of the bow and the hunt. So is Virgo, right? Because remember, I told you that Virgo is esoterically ruled by the moon, right? Well, Diana is the patron saint, or the deity or the goddess of the moon, i.e. the hunt. So, right? So what does this have to do with anything? What this has to do with it is the idea that you are trying to, it's ironic because Sagittarius and Virgo are the zodiac signs to actually go back and admit that they were wrong and say that they're sorry. Statistically speaking, right? They're the two zodiac signs out of the 12. Virgo and Sagittarius are the ones that'll go back and actually apologize and try to make things right and say you're sorry and actually take action to atone and do things. The other zodiac signs may not necessarily do that, right? Statistically speaking, I'm talking about, right? We're not talking about absolutes. But why that's important is because you share that kind of energy with Virgo in the sense that you'll have exes that'll come back at the worst possible times. And those exes still don't actually mean any good because all it is that they're trying to do for the most part is get their foot in the door. That way they're looking at it like a score. They can say, okay, they can get back in good with you. And like it is, I said before, once they get back in good with you, then they can end up playing the same games and then ghost you or play you out, then be like, ha, I got you back. Like, you got a lot of people that are stupid like that are delusional like that, playing these games out here, doing dumb stuff. And like it is, I said before, if it was about hypergamy, if it was about leveling up, if it was about doing what it is that you're doing, why are all these games being played exactly? Like, why? Just, again, go hang out with the people that you like so much, right? And I'm not saying you, I'm saying in a general sense, right? So when people play games with you, and a lot of people tend to do that, like I said, because of your distractions, because you got your mind racing in every which way and every which direction, because you're thinking about so much, because you are the opposite sign of Gemini, got a lot on your mind, you know, your mental, your mind frame, your brain is working a lot. You're thinking about a million different things, right? With excitement, and that's what creates you being frantic and manic and all over the place, right? And lively, right? That's part of the problem, because people don't really understand that you know what I mean? You got love, and people don't really understand that you got a heart. And, you know, it's exactly like what Halle Berry said in Boomerang, you know what I mean? When you have heart, it gets broken. You feel what I'm saying? So the thing about it is, the thing about it is that, but when you now come back and you get to know somebody else, that's one of the worst times in the world, because now all of a sudden it's like you dating somebody, or you hanging out, or you having fun, and then it's like now those exes are like, hey, what's going on? How you doing? And you're like, what in the world is going on right now? Right in the middle of your happiness. And you Sagittarius want to break that cycle of people coming back in constantly, you know what I mean, coming back in, trying to act like they trying to get their foot back in the door, to be serious this time, and they've made a decision. And the thing is that you don't want that happening. But the justice is about, right, Libra, the justice is about, so you Sagittarius are, the thing that you should do, if you haven't done it already, is it's time for you Sagittarius to actually start taking more responsibility. And what I mean by that is to make a decision. If you do not have to have people that were in your life trying to come in and mess that up. Problem is that you don't have your mind straight, in the sense that whomever it is that you maybe happen to be dating and getting to know, courting, whatever it is that courting, whatever it is that you're talking about, you don't really look at it like, once you've crossed that bridge, you're not going back, right? And because of it, right, and ultimately because of it, right, that's what has you getting messed up. You end up getting messed up because a lot of you Sagittarius, when your mind and your heart is in the correct place, you have a big heart. And like I said, people take advantage of your distraction. So they tell you a bunch of lies. But guess what, though? This is why it is that you have to make serious decisions. If you Sagittarius really want a serious relationship, right, and you're looking for somebody, then don't go back to the people that you used to date and let that door close. And then the Fool represents, it's just more confirmation of that. Let that go. So that when those exes do decide to come back, guess what you do with those exes or those people that you were trying to get to know? Maybe you didn't date them long enough for them to be an actual ex. But guess what it is? The people that you don't want, guess what you do? You ghost them. If they are the people that are coming back that you do not want to talk to, you go radio silent. You continue to be radio silent. And then the Hierophant now is about how since that's the case, right? The Hierophant is, when you do that, somebody is going to be interested in you, because, and your mind is going to be screwed on straight. You have a clearer mind. Now, the Hierophant represents Taurus and Sagittarius. So you showed up in your own reading very much so. So this is about you having a clear intention, a clear direction as to where it is that you want to go. But you have the clearest mind when you have the least amount of people around you. And if you do have people around you, right? People who have wisdom and know what they're talking about. See, the situation with you is that, again, you will hang out with, when you're not in your right mind, you will hang out with people that are all over the place. I know plenty of Sagittarius right now, wrong place, wrong time. Why? Because y'all will hang out with people y'all should not be hanging out with. And y'all will look at these group of people like, yeah, this is your crowd. But is it though? See, this is what I'm talking about. When you know better, you do better. You can't be a philosopher and all of that, and at the same time wanting to do better, but you hanging out with whoever it is that you hanging out with on the corner, and act like you not doing that. Same thing when it comes to love. You can't hang out with people who think of love as transactional, as transactions and transactional, and just running around and thinking about whatever. You got to get down with people that actually mean you well, that show you love back. And even if they're your friends or your family members, right? Those are people that has wisdom, that actually respects you and gives you some serious advice, some serious counsel, right? And not just running around and constantly being on some nonsense, because they want to party and bicker and get into fights and disagreements all day and all this nonsense. So the King of Swords now is about how, and the Hierophant represents, pay attention to your own instincts. You know what it is that is right. But a lot of y'all sometimes just want to have fun when y'all mind and your heart is not in the correct place. A lot of y'all want to have fun so much sometimes, and I'm saying all the time, but sometimes to the point where this is why it is that y'all get called a horse, because y'all can act like a horse's butt when y'all are not being the best that y'all can be. Y'all have a propensity, when y'all are not in the right mind, to do wrong things that you knew because it is wrong, because it's indulgent and be doing that up in the person's face and dare them to do anything about it. That kind of puts you behind the 8 ball a little bit. Scorpio, if you know what I mean. Right? So listen to your own judgment. Listen to what your own common sense is saying. Well, what is your common sense saying? Your common sense is saying if anyone is trying to come back around this time as you're having fun, you're living your life, and yet at the same time, you're still dating, courting, whatever it is that you want to call it, and exes come back or would have been exes or people that you do not want to talk to, do not talk to them. Continue to remain radio silent and continue to move on with whomever it is that you're getting to know. The King of Swords now represents, right? It's confirmation of that. Cut them off. Cut off those individuals that don't mean you any good. 4 of Swords, and put it on ice. Put it on ice. Put any kind of relationship, whether it's family members, whether it's family members that are holding you back, whether it's friends that are holding you back, or whether it's anyone romantic that you are getting to know, cut them off. Or you are going to be, or you have to. You gotta cut off some people that you know are holding you back because they don't have your best interest in mind. And the 3 of Wands now represents, as a result of this, the 3 of Wands is all about how you're in a situation where you need to understand that these decisions is what sets you up for success, not failure, success. Because you can't have around, see, that's the thing, like a lot of you Sagittarius be knowing what it is that y'all need to do. And y'all will have great positions in life, right? Because of Jupiter, right? Blessings. But sometimes when y'all get the blessings, y'all don't take advantage of those blessings. And what I mean by that is y'all will be in prime position, right? Wagyu. Y'all will be in prime position, Wagyu, grade A1 steak beef. Y'all will not take the position to actually have that, to be like, you know what? I'm going to take advantage of this. I'm going to get everything that I possibly can. I'm going to turn this into something else. I'm going to grow this, right? Relationships, businesses or business interactions, any of that. Now, when it comes to relationships, y'all need to take advantage of this. What do I mean when I say take advantage? If y'all are dating anybody right now, continue to date them. Don't get sidetracked with anybody that could be coming back, regardless of whether or not they're here. Don't worry about if anyone is coming back. If they're not there, don't worry about that. If they're there, don't worry about that, right? Don't contact them. Don't do that. If, you know what I mean, concentrate on the people that you are interacting with right now. That's what it is that you need to do. And this advice goes for anything in your life. You need to cut off the people that are giving you terrible advice, because all it is distractions. Like, listen, like if I'm talking to somebody, I'm just giving you an example. If I'm talking to somebody and I'm talking to them and stuff like this, and they're like, oh, you talk too much, X, Y, Z. Is it that I talk too much? No, what it is they want me to, it's a deflection. They're lying. They want my attention to be deflected away from the fact that they are not a very good conversationalist and their body is probably the only thing that they have to offer. So what they'll do is they'll end up lying about that. So you have to be able to pass through the nonsense enough to know, like, okay, if there's anyone coming back, they really don't mean you well. They're just up on a scoreboard. I'm telling you, a lot of people are slow. I don't know what the point is. People are possessed by their egos. A lot of people are puppets to their egos, because for you to be better than somebody and then the person tell you they don't want you, and then you take it like a personal challenge and then decide to come back. Decide to come back. and had a person put themselves out there, then flake out, then go, ha, I got you back. That's again, that's a lot of time that you spent wasting on somebody that they said that they never would. So again, where are they going with this? Anyway, so let's clarify some of these cards. Let's clarify the Hierophant. So far, this is a very good reading because you Sagittarius are really making the correct decisions. Queen of Pentacles, right. Three of Pentacles. Nine of Wands, right. Ace of Pentacles. Yeah, you're making very good decisions. You're making very good decisions, and a lot of you Sagittarius are not as distracted as you normally are. And you realize something, that when you're not distracted, you're actually quite good at making decisions. Because you realize that, yes, you're enjoying your singlehood, but you're looking to date seriously. You're looking to have something. You're looking to have a real bond with somebody, to actually be in something real with somebody. So you're not getting distracted from that. It's just that, you know, as of right now, you're looking around. You're playing the field. The Nine of Wands and the Ace of Pentacles, and a person better come correct with that too, because you're on your game. You're paying attention to see if people are about who they present themselves to be up front. Good. Let's clarify the Three of Wands. You have the Seven of Pentacles, the King of Wands, the Ten of Cups, and you have the Four of Wands. So this right here is about how the Seven of Pentacles and the King of Pentacles, King of Wands, is about how you will meet a lot of new people, but if they come to you with a sense of superiority, you're going to get them up on out of the way, because you Sagittarius are not going to let somebody who wants to play games come in and make a mockery of all the hard work that it took for you to get to this point. All the self-development and understanding and blaming yourself and taking blame or partial blame for certain things enough to actually want to do right, just to have somebody trying to guilt trip you and trap you. And a lot of people do that. People are addicted to doing that, trying to guilt trip somebody and make somebody feel bad. It's like, I've already apologized, and the person is just getting on you. And it's like, yo, this is part of the problem, because again, at the end of the day, what are these people doing? When they are by themselves, they listen, they act like, and I'm gonna get real here, they act like they are so good by themselves, right? But with these games, these games that people play, they know that they be crying themselves to sleep at night. They know that, you know, them toys or whatnot that some of these people have, or you know, these computer companions or whatever, is not necessarily the same as having a live person that's there with them. And the thing is that the Ten of Cups and the Four of Swords is about how, since that's the case, you know, that's going to have you cutting right through the BS even faster. Because the Ten of Cups and the Four of Swords, you will get, like I said, you Sagittarius will have way more options. The thing is that are those options going to be able to actually keep up with you and keep it 100? And that's what the Three of Wands also represents. You have many options, many people to pick from, right? You have a few people that are interested, but are they going to be able to keep up with you? Are they mentally and physically? That's pretty much it. Comment on the video, like the video, subscribe to the YouTube channel, share the video. I'm trying to make my YouTube channel grow to 10,000 subs. So please smash the subscribe button, smash that like button, hit the notification bell, set that notification bell to all so you can be notified whenever I drop my videos. My chest still hurts.